Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from DestroReborn.
Every single female, all of the content that they consume on the doom scroll is convincing them to be a worse partner, a worse woman, a worse wife.
If a man asks you what you bring to the table, tell him nothing. And if he insists on you bringing more, leave him.
A worse girlfriend, all of it. She deserves more money, she deserves more time, she deserves more attention, she hasn't earned any of it, everything's the man's fault, she's perfect, if he wanted to, he would.
I just wanted to remind everybody that the man who sacrifices and goes to work, right, to take care of his family, he would have to do that without the family. Right, it's actually not a sacrifice at all.
And my hot take is anything shared with a man is not princess treatment. He got you that apartment that y'all both live in or that house that y'all both live in and he's paying all the bills. Even if he's paying all the bills, if he lives with you, that's still not princess treatment.
How does that even make sense? When you live in a king's castle, he takes care of all the bills and you still live in the castle too. Like, what are you talking about?
Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
Guess what they do? They end up chasing dreams, and those dreams are the men they can't obtain. They end up the 11th man for some dude who has a bunch of money and status, and he doesn't even care about her, because she'd rather be the 11th man to a king than 100% of the man to some normal ass dude. And the algos are psyoping her into doing this to prevent people from having children.
I told my dad that I went on a date with a guy who was in an open relationship, and my dad said, "Why would you do that?"
Yes.
And I said, "He's 6'4".
Okay. Just pure, unadulterated height. You're willing to be a side piece. You didn't even say that he was a good man, he was rich or anything. You just said he was 6'4". And you're willing to be a side piece.
It was not the right decision to go.
More women
shit.
in their 20s no longer want to be married to work. They're saying goodbye to the girl boss mentality of their millennial predecessors, and they are aspiring to be more traditional or a tradwife. Focused on getting married and raising a family.
I don't need no man.
I have seen a lot of videos trending this way now that a lot of young women are trying to be more trad and don't want to be boss babes anymore. Hey, it's working, guys. We held the line and it's shifting social norms.
I need no man.
And so it begins. The next phase of your programming. What was the first stage? Come on, you remember, the soft girl life. But understand, that was just a primer, to get you comfortable. A little warm up for the real shift. Because now comes the biggest pivot in modern history. The reintroduction of the trad wife. And by now, you should already know who's behind Oz's curtain, pulling the levers. None other than Big Brother, who is always watching, and the feminist Cosa Nostra, quietly rewriting the script they spent decades pushing. Now look, I'm gonna have to do a whole separate breakdown on why Big Brother is actually mad at you. But let's keep it simple for now. The truth is, too many of you damn berserkers stopped participating. You embraced this whole financial celibacy movement. You opted out. You stopped feeding the circus. Stop feeding the machine. Come on, let us not forget.
And hey, Destro, pat yourself on the back. You're definitely part of the reason why a lot of men out there are holding the line and why a lot of men out there have woken up.
The global economy was built on your simping, your spending, your blind devotion. And now you've gone rogue. Now our brothers are turning into Shaolin, Thailand monks.
The play on words that Destro does sometimes is just too funny.
Yeah, I need to copyright that one. Spending their
definitely need to copyright that one, Destro. Definitely do.
sacred $40 abroad, getting the best bang for the buck in Bangkok. The nerve of you. Of course, Big Brother and the silent oligarch is mad at you because you're not investing your money domestically on
Correct.
these loud, obese, high body count, high STD.
You know what? I really just did notice that Miss Piggy is the epitome of the modern women, right? Like, she is just a loud, masculine, fat, unadulterated woman, right? That's what Miss Piggy is. And then Kermit is the simp. That is the main point of society right there, is Miss Piggy and Kermit. That's us.
Independent single mothers, and the system feels it because now the same architects, the post-war bitter sisterhood, are trying to quietly reposition themselves. They want to slip back into the housewife role without any accountability, without acknowledging the 50-year campaign of chaos and insanity they branded as feminism. And now look at them, my brothers. They're at the gates. Yes, we must tread lightly, because the illegal feminist aliens are now seeking asylum and clemency within the walls of Valhalla, otherwise known as the Great Patriarchy. Yes, the same system they once swore to dismantle. But let's get something clear. Asylum is not a right, it's a privilege.
Correct.
And privileges are earned, not rebranded into existence.
What he's saying is, just don't take every woman's word at its face value. Vet the shit out of them, because not all of them are going to be true. Just like you vet the shit out of every woman, guys. This is what we try to tell you guys. Don't settle. Pick a woman. You like her? Make her go jump through all the hoops of liking you back.
So stand firm, my brother. Observe the signs. Trust the pattern of recognition. And give them nothing until they're kissing our crusty pinky toe, like it's their last lifeline on this earth. For this is the way.
It's great to have you on, and this is a conversation I think is being had all over the country with young women. I don't think it's a rejection of wanting to have professional pursuits or pursuing their passion. I think it's about a reordering of timing, whereas the feminists were saying before, focus on your career. I remember Sheryl Sandberg telling people at graduations, put your foot on the pedal, go, 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 and then do the marriage thing later. But that doesn't work with our female biology and our fertility, correct?
You're barely, can't even say the word, barely noticing this now, women? Like, men have been telling you this. Society been telling you this. Biology has been telling you this. For only in the last 50 years have things changed, and you guys are all dumb now.
Now, first off, let me ask you something. Did you hear any apology in that little intro? Nope. And that right there is why the creed of berserkers will not support or acknowledge this little pivot attempt. Everything that follows is null, void, and dead on arrival, because it's almost like they think they can just flip a switch, hit a rebrand button, and suddenly be accepted as tradwives without the official John Hancock of the Patriarchy stamped on their application. No audit, no questions, no accountability. You know, that doesn't smell like confidence. It smells like arrogance. Yes, it reeks of audacity, because the last time I checked, to be a trad wife, to get married early,
you were supposed to be a virgin,
build a family, you need one very important ingredient. Men.
Oh.
And look, I don't know if you've noticed, but men as a collective are not in a forgiving mood right now. They're not eager, and they're not lining up, and they're definitely not rushing back into traditional roles like nothing happened, because grievances and returns haven't been addressed. Yes, the bill hasn't been paid. The damage hasn't even been acknowledged.
Correct.
And on top of all of that, what actually is being offered? I mean, come on, woo me. What's the pitch? Because from where I'm standing, it smells like the same old soup, just reheated. Plus, the question of what do you bring to the table still goes unanswered. I mean, honestly, all I'm seeing is the same box being offered. Yes, that same box we keep getting on our birthdays and Valentine's Day, like it's some expensive gift. No substance, no added value, no better marketing. And they expect signatures on that contract?
Bullshit?
Yeah, no, not without terms, not without proof, and definitely not without respect for my authority.
You know what I find funny?
In 2024, Vice said the traditional wife life wasn't so great. Not even 3 years later, Vice says Gen Z women are obsessed with becoming traditional wives. Something sounds fishy.
Yes, and Rachel, I love to hear this. You're exactly right. There's this entire generation of young women who really did learn from the mistakes of their predecessors. As you're saying, for so long, there was this feminist movement that tried to push and tell us that we should all just kind of put aside wanting to start a family. Don't worry about getting married. Don't worry about having kids. You should solely focus on your career. And I know so many women, and you probably do too, Rachel, who got to a certain age and realized, wait a minute, this is something I actually want. And in many cases, they either had a huge struggle to have children or they couldn't do it at all and they were left absolutely devastated.
Translation, they hit the wall of no return. Now Laura Trump is trying desperately to cast these women as victims, but it's not going to work.
Nope.
Because every man watching already understands what really happened. Modern women flew too close to the sun and literally fell to the same sin as Icarus. Yes, they thought that they can beat the system. They thought that they don't need no man. They thought that they can rewrite the rules and suffer no consequences. And now?
Yeah, and then men shined and burned the shit out of them by walking away.
Gravity. Yes, gravity never fails. So look, let's not dress this up like some grand awakening, some spiritual rebirth, some divine feminine epiphany, because it's not. This quote, trad wife shift, it's not enlightenment, it's depression management. It's a reaction, not a revelation. Ooh, that's bars. You know what? Let me say that again for my attention deficit G.I. Joe Simpson in the back. Trad wife syndrome is a reaction, not a revelation. So what does that mean? This isn't about realization. This isn't about accountability. This is about necessity. They're not suddenly bowing down to the patriarchy because they have seen the light or they have seen their wrongs. They are bowing because the alternative just got real dark. Look, I'm gonna say something and you're just gonna have to take it or leave it. Yes, submission makes women feel happy. Feel.
No, I actually think he's 100% correct on this. Women kind of enjoy being led, enjoy being told what to do by the men they love, by the men that they kind of admire.
But at the end of the day, submission has to be forced. It's okay. I know that sounds really misogynistic of me, right? But think about this. A society that allows women to ignore submission will always inadvertently leave a woman unhappy and unfulfilled. Furthermore, a society that tells women they can ignore structure, ignore roles, ignore consequences, and still expect fulfillment is a lie. And look, I'm sorry if you're offended, but this is just the way of the world. You either adapt to reality or keep trying to negotiate with it, and eventually lose. Ignore the sweet song of Lord Destro at your own peril.
But you're right, this
This is what we always say, right? We just give advice. Is it always good advice? Probably not, right? But listen to the advice. See if you can use it in your own life. See if it can help you. If it doesn't, throw it away. It's perfectly fine to throw it away. But listen, not everybody's advice is bad advice.
It's about locking women up in the home and saying, like, you can't go out and pursue things independently. This is about women continuing to work and having independent pursuits of their own, but it is about a focus on returning to family. And those of us with families of our own know, Rachel, it doesn't matter what I do the rest of my life. The most powerful title I will ever have is the title of mom. I also think a big part of this is a return to God. Yeah. Look at this Gen Z. These are kids who are finding themselves turning back to the church, turning back to religion. God uniquely designed women with this incredible gift to carry life and create life within us. We're the only ones who can do it. That is a beautiful thing. So these women are getting it right.
What,
not only are
women just birth givers,
they starting families at a younger age. It's so much easier to do it, but they also have this time later on then to focus more on their careers. And that is incredible. We love to see it.
Meanwhile, Hi, it took us 125 years to now know that the biological clock was just a fear tactic to rush women into marrying literally anyone before they were able to become the woman they were meant to be. Because being her, single, self-actualized, independent is statistically better for women's health, happiness, and overall quality of life. And the irony, it's men who actually have the biological clock the whole time and desperately need women to settle for them.
What are you talking about?
Later, in the void.
I just want to say I am frustrated. I am so blessed in life, but I am very frustrated. I am almost 24, and I have a job that I love. I have enough money, and if I didn't have enough money, I have 2 loving parents that would bail me out of a situation if needed. I have a great family. I don't have to worry about that. I have food on my table every single day, but my biggest concern right now, I don't know why I'm sobbing. My biggest concern right now is getting married. Anyways, I'm not saying this to get pity, but I'm saying this so that if other people feel this way, it's okay, and it is so normal. Like, it's okay to be 24, single, and frustrated, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to hide your feelings or hide who you are. Anyways, I love you all. Good night.
I don't need no man.
I don't need no man.
So I think that there's this idea that the feminists have this, plan that we all have to follow. And the plan, as you said, left a lot of women unhappy. And so I'm glad we're having this conversation. And I'm glad that women are also saying that we should value women who choose to stay home. The feminist movement said we're all about choice. But then they denigrated women who chose to be home, right?
Our movement. But there is no space for us in yours. We're inclusive. Feminism is not telling you what to do with your life.
Yeah, you
Feminism
can have
is
a baby,
letting
you can get married, do
what
whatever
you
you
want
want
with your life.
Sorry. I agree, though. I agree. Do whatever you want with your life.
Feminism is letting you do what you want with your life. And I don't want to tell you not to get married when you're 19 and pop out 7 kids if that's a thing that's going to be happy for you. But I want to offer people the opportunity that they can also do something else if that's what makes them happy.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy.
Destro's right. Even if women were traditionally changing back over into TRAD wives and all these things, men have given up. Men don't care anymore because we also see you're only doing it because you're desperate. You're doing it because you want to be taken care of. You're not doing it because you genuinely want to be a wife or you genuinely want to be a mother. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Catch you guys next time.